Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Vaping Evolution with AG. This is Vape TV, the original vaping media network. How is everyone doing this evening? Looks like we may have a decent crowd. Tonight we have with us the big guy, BossPlaya Vinny, the mod father. Hopefully he'll have some things to show us, and we'll be able to learn a little bit about him. Excuse me while I get some vapes there. I have no vape mail again this week. I know, sucks. That's the way it goes. I mean, I do have some vape mail. Where'd it go? I got a couple back here. I have some new flavors that I got. There's a new company that's called Helios, and I've got some flavors from him. I got this one's called Meteor. It's an RY4. It's a caramel tobacco vanilla. Man, it smells so good you almost want to drink it. It smells really good. I've been enjoying that quite a bit. You can see I've knocked about half of the bottle off on that. It's an RY4. It's not real sweet. I guess he doesn't put any additional sweeteners inside of them. Really good stuff. And then I got this gold, and I actually have that loaded inside of this one right at the moment. And I just started vaping this one today. I've been slowly making my way through all these flavors. And this one is pretty good. I don't know exactly what the fruits are. I think it's a mix. And it's just pretty good. It's kind of citrusy maybe a little bit, and just kind of fruity. It's kind of a light flavor. Now the other one that I have here is this, it's called Carmine. Man, that's some pretty strong stuff right there. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a tropical mix. I think it's got some kiwi in there, and that's a pretty strong flavor. I actually the syringe that I was using for that, because I had that inside of something else and I was vaping it, and I didn't rinse the syringe out. I figured, I'm putting some blackberry into something else. Oh yeah, it pretty much took over the entire atomizer with just the residual that was left inside of the syringe. I use these glass syringes, and it squirts. I mean, every last bit was out of it, but it was just enough, completely took over the other juice, and it was almost like I was vaping the Carmine still. So that's some pretty potent stuff right there. But all three of them are really good. I recommend all three of those. I think those are going to be sold at Vape Explosion, if I'm not mistaken. Another guy, Clint, he sent me some G2, and this one's called The Shock, and it's a raspberry, and it's pretty good. Kind of like that one. The one that impressed, and I have some more of his too, but once again, I can only go through so many at a time. The one that I'm really liking here is this one called, what the hell is it called? El Blacko, which is kind of like I guess it's a blackberry tobacco flavor. That's pretty good stuff right there. I've got that in my Bliss, and I've been vaping that. I just opened that up today too, and that's pretty killer. It's pretty killer. I have another blackberry juice that I vape, and this is absolutely nothing like that one. So I can't really say which one's better, which one's worse. This one's a little bit stronger. The El Blacko is a little stronger than the other stuff I use. It's good, though. It's good. So that's the extent of my vape mail. I got juice, and I wanted to make sure that I let everybody know that they sent me juice and that they were good. Oh, and Big Willie. God forbid I not give Big Willie a shout. Find Big Willie's custard on Facebook. And Big Willie's making a pretty good custard there, too. He's a local guy. He lives here in Indianapolis. And he's making some pretty good custard juice there, too. It's A little stronger than some of the other vanilla custards that you'll find. Like Gramps is good, but it's not very strong. Big Willie's is pretty strong. So I have had our special guest on hold here for a little while now. So I'm going to unmute him. And there he is. You can hear him now. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you BossPlaya Vinny, the Mod Father. How you doing tonight, Vinny?
How y'all folks doing?
It's good to see you. Nice shades.
Thanks. Nice ones you got on there too.
Thanks. I had to borrow these. I don't have black sunglasses. I have blue ones, so I had to borrow these from my son.
Oh yeah. Well,
it's pretty bad, isn't it? I have blue. They're neat too, but I knew you would have black ones, so I had to make sure I had some black ones.
Yeah.
So what's going on tonight? What are you vaping on, Vin?
I'm actually vaping on some old school that I've liked for a long time. It's like Angel Wings from Kick Bass Vapor. That's the main one that I've always vaped for over a year already.
What flavor?
There's a lot of. I think it's like a rice pudding.
Ah, that sounds pretty good. You a big fan of Kick Bass?
Well, not really. Just that one flavor. That's it. I don't really like trying the other juices because in the past I've, been wasting money a lot of times with trying to check out other juices and stuff.
Yes. I have lots of juice sitting around here as well. You have any other favorites that you?
Yeah, I like the Villain Vapors, Double Down, and some recent ones I got from Faded Vapes, Sancho 15K. They're pretty good. I got a lot of them. It's just right now, like my all day vape that I'll never get tired of, I don't think, is that one from Kick Bass Vapors.
Yeah. Because you have a shortage of mods sitting around there to have all different flavors inside of, right?
Yeah, big time.
You don't because I know that I have 15 devices sitting here that all have liquid in them, all different flavors. And I pick up one, and then I'm picking up another, and then I'm picking up another.
Same here.
So, what got you started vaping, Vinny? How old were you when you started smoking? Let's start there.
I think I was around 18 years old when I started, around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've been vaping, what, about a couple years now?
June 3rd, 2011. Since June 3rd, 2011.
So you're just past the 2 years.
Yep.
And how did you hear about vaping, and what got you into it?
Actually, me and my wife were smoking I was smoking Marlboro Light 100s, 2 packs a day. She was smoking some Benson and Hedges, and I told her, man, we need to quit this shit, start killing ourselves. And I was gonna try to quit cold turkey because I've done it in the past, but she said, check out what's up with the electronic cigarettes. So I started investigating. At the time, the 510 was still kicking, and that was like the most popular one, I guess, or back then. And I bought a couple of them, kits for me and her. Quickly found out that the battery wasn't going to cut it, so I just moved up to like an Ego style. Then from there on, bought more.
So how long do you think it was between when you started and when you bought your first mod?
I think less than a month.
And what was your first mod?
I think it was the Shan mod, the variable voltage one, Splash.
Right.
And I think the second one I bought was the Tech mod that modded the battery power supply. I think that's what it is.
Right. Do you still have those?
Nope. The tech mod broke on me, and the Shan mod, I got rid of it.
Yeah. Because then you started buying GGs. So how long was it before you got your first GG?
I think it was 2 or 3 months down the line. Actually, the guy who bugged me about getting a GG was Rye guy, and I didn't want to get one at the time. I just happened to look on the website, and they were available, so I bought one, and I liked it, and I still think it's the best mod out there, you know, considering you got countless knockoffs they've done of the GG, you know, or heavily inspired GG mods out there.
Sure, yeah, I would agree with that. It's about the most copied mod at this point, for sure. So how many GGs do you have now?
Currently 34.
34. Have you managed to acquire every model?
No, I just get them on opportunities. I don't ever pay full retard prices for them, and I think, you know, I don't really like that people when they buy mods just because they're scarce just to flip them and stuff. I mean, I'm not too much into that. Usually when I put a mod for sale that I don't want, you know, I just want to get rid of for whatever reason, I usually don't sell it for a ridiculous price, even though it may be rare to some people.
So would you say 37? 34. So do you have all the AVS and the AFS and all that stuff too?
No, I just got a few older ones, but you know, I haven't really tried to hunt them down yet, but you know, opportunity comes, I'll get it, but I'm not really trying to pay a ridiculous price for them either.
Yeah, and they do get ridiculous. I've seen the prices that some people have had to pay to try to fill out their collection.
Yeah, I've seen a couple too. I can't believe how much some mods are going for nowadays, especially like, for instance, a good one right now that's going for full retard resale value is the Caravella.
Yeah, the Caravella, I find those prices to be completely amazing. I mean, I have a Caravella, and it's a nice mod, but, I mean, the prices are just not for what the mod is. And the thing is that they're not even going to be that rare by the time it's all said and done. You know, there's going to be 1,000 Caravellas, and then there's going to be, at least another 1,000 of the starred units.
Yeah.
Plus all the tubes, and I don't know exactly how the whole Caravella thing works, to how many top caps and how many switches you can buy and how many tubes you can buy and all that, but I get the impression that one person can end up with quite a few mods, but they might have a little star next to them. But hell, even the stars are selling for $1,000 to $1,500.
Yeah, they're getting crazy prices for them.
You know, just one 18350 non-starred sold the other day for like $1,200 or something like that for just one tube.
Right.
I don't understand that.
I don't either.
I mean, I've got these Nemesis. You know, that's kind of the hot mod right now. And man, the Nemesis is a really nice mod. You know, and you can get one of those for $225.
Yeah, those are like that one's like the better mods that I like right now, that are hot, like you said. That one and the Chiyus, I guess.
Yeah, I remember when they first put up the list for the Chiyu. You sent me a link to it, and I looked at it, and I was like, "What the hell do I want that for?" I should have listened. Because I didn't get in on it on the early ones that were $170. I should have bought like 10 of those things.
Yeah, they were going for a while there, or I don't know, they still are, by like crazy prices right now. But yeah, ever since that they first came out, they were around that price, and then I don't know if it was the retailer or the modder themselves. They went up like $50 on them, and then now they're like up to 250 retail right now, 250 something, I believe.
Yeah, I think they're 225 plus shipping is what the next batch is supposed to go for. I don't know. I don't see too many of those that go at auction or anything, really. Most of the time I see people trading them. You know, they want to trade them for something else. I know when I sold mine that I got pretty good money for mine. I sold them right before the Nemesis came out. That was a good time to sell. I think I was at the top of the curve right there.
Yeah, they got good risk. You'll at least get a retail for them.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I wonder how many of those they've made now. I've seen serial numbers up to like 2,000. I wonder if there's more than 2,000. You seen any numbers higher than that?
No, I don't really pay attention to serial numbers too much. I'm not really too much into that kind of stuff right there. The serial numbers. I mean, I happen to have a number 10 brass Chiu, but
Yeah.
I had a number 6 and I got a new one, so I just ended up selling the old one, which was number 6, at a pretty decent price.
You do have
It went fast.
You do have a number 1 Congestus though.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you like that?
It's well made and stuff. Another, I guess you could say GG knockoff, but it's well made and everything. I like it a lot. I like it with the Typhoon on there.
So I know you're friends with Dave Ritchie. What do you think of his
Of his what?
of his GG inspired? Do you have any?
You mean?
Do you have any of them?
No, I didn't buy any. I mean, they're good mods and stuff. The early versions, there was a lot of complaints on them, but he got them, cloned right, I guess you could say. And I mean, I don't have one of his current versions, but everybody says they're pretty nice and stuff. I mean, I don't have one. I mean, I think they're around $200, so I wouldn't. I mean, the GG's like $25 more, so why get a fake one when you could get the real one? You know what I mean? I don't mind waiting.
Yeah, that's sort of what I thought. Now, I did end up getting one of his ghost caps and a brass center pin just because it was expeditious to do so. So, which one's your favorite? That's like like asking which kid is your favorite or which one of your dogs is your favorite. But I don't know. Do you have one that you like more than any of the other ones that you use like all the time when you leave the house? That's the one going with you.
Really, I don't ever take no high dollar shit out the house. I just take something simple out, like I don't know, a DNA 20 mod where they Promedy on it and stuff. But favorite as an overall, I don't think I really have exact favorite one. There's a few of them that I like. Most of the ones that I've kept that I haven't sold are I guess the favorite one of all of them, I guess, would have to be the GG, for me to have 34 of them, you know what I mean?
Right. What mod do you have that's the most rare?
I don't know, I guess the number 27 Caravella, I guess, because if I sold it, I know I'd get at least, I got all 3 tubes to it. I guess I'd get a lot of money for it. But rare,
27's pretty low, and you have 3 tubes and 1 set of end caps and switches, so that means you still have the stars out there that you could buy too, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that would probably be the most valuable. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think is the most rare?
Rare? Oh shit, I don't really know, man. I guess the GG Transformer, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's up there with the GG Grant. You just don't really see those.
Yeah, you don't really see. I kind of looked up when I got that one.
Have a vape, Vinny. I think I'll have one too.
The infamous J-Box.
You still have yours.
Yeah, it works good and everything, I just found I was looking through all my stuff and I found an HH 357 that I had there for over a year.
Well, shit, dude,
And
that's your rarest mod right there. There was only, what, 4 ever made or something? 4 made, 50 paid for.
Yeah, most of the people who actually got theirs, I guess it was like me, Dimitri, Vape and Monkey, and a few others
Yeah,
that
Red
ended
Rock
up getting
Hiker.
one, and everybody else got jacked, I guess.
Everybody did. Yeah, that all blew up right at the first of the year. I remember PMing with you when that was going on. And, yeah, that was interesting. And he said that he'd have everybody's made by the end of January. I don't think nobody ever got one, though.
Yeah, nobody's seen that coming because the what do you call it? Even his buddies, supposedly from Vape team, didn't know that he was shady as he ended up being.
Yeah, he's still in hiding. Man, that would be kind of weird to... I mean, as much as we like get involved with vaping and with the community and all that stuff, and I mean, you don't have a show, but I do a show, and he was doing a show, and to just all of a sudden just not be a part of it at all, that would be really weird, wouldn't it? To have it just like disappear on you overnight.
Yeah, I kind of lucked out on that whole ordeal because I was supposed to get a J-Box made with a Novell chip in it. And right before all that shit hit the fan, I guess you could say, I kept bugging him about refunding the money back, and he finally sent it back. And then after that, like a week or two later, I started hearing all that, bullshit that ended up happening with that whole thing.
Well, you're in on another mod that's kind of dubious nature right at the moment. The flare. Do you think you'll ever actually get those?
Oh yeah, I got a couple of them supposed to be coming. Unfortunately, Brad has had problems with the machinist, and then supposedly his buddy flaked out on him, the one that was helping him. I don't know the exact details, but from what I've heard the past few days, that's what happened. So, either way, he's was supposed to be finished in February. Look where we're at in, July already?
Yeah, he's never been known for world-class speed with his mod building, so doesn't surprise me that it's taken a little bit longer. I remember when I bought a grip from him, the first set of variable voltage grips that he made. I think it took him about 3 months, something like that. So you're only in for 6 right now, 6.5, something like that.
Yeah, well, hopefully he comes through.
I hope he does. Because Brad's always been a good guy. And it doesn't sound like everything's been going his way on this one.
No, he's had quite a few setbacks.
So, Vinny, why don't you tell us something about you that everyone would be surprised to know?
I don't know. I guess I help a lot of people. I get PMs daily, a lot of them, and I just asking for advice on certain mods, or if I like a certain mod or not, and why I don't like it and stuff. And people here, like family members, I try to help them get off cigarettes and stuff, and give them. I've bought egos and stuff like that wholesale just to give to some people. Some of them I sell them to them cheap, and some of them I direct them to Fast Tech.
Hopefully you don't send them there through Vapor Joe's site.
No, I don't really. I don't really check out that site too much because most of the stuff on there, although it's good for the masses, it's not my type of stuff. That China stuff.
Right. Yeah, because you're kind of You're one of those people that is always around, but you don't really say much. So you're kind of just a mystery. Everybody sees BossPlaya Vinny, but they don't really hear from BossPlaya Vinny. You managed to kind of avoid the drama pretty well.
Yeah, well, when I started making videos on YouTube, it was because I had a complaint back when, remember that mod, the Chuck?
The Chuck, right?
Yeah, they messed up on it, and I felt I had to tell people about it. So that's when I started making videos. And as if you notice on the videos I make, I'm not trying to get all this vape fame shit. To me, it's funny, but that a lot of people know me. But I don't. Honestly, personally, I don't really care about that fame part of it. I mean, it's good that they know me and I could help people out, but it's not my top priority, I guess you could say.
No, because you're famous for other things, right?
I guess the mods,
Well, that's not a bad thing to be famous for, really. See, those of us that are on camera all the time, we probably have some narcissistic tendencies. Personally, I don't like the way I look on the camera. I think I might be doing these sunglasses more in the future because I can't really see myself all that well right at the moment. So that's not bad. I keep having to stare at my question list here. Okay, so what about vaping has impressed you?
On vaping, I guess the quality of the mods have gotten better. The juices have gotten a lot better since when I first started. I guess the quality of the devices, they've gotten a lot better and stuff.
Yeah, the modders have really added a lot to it. They really have. I wish I had the ability to make some of this stuff. Because it's, not only can you use it to vape, but they're just nice looking pieces of art.
Yeah, there's a few of them that I like. I just like looking at them. I don't use them all, of course, but I just like looking at some of them. They're like, I don't know, little trophies, I guess you could say.
Yeah, the trophies from the F5 wars.
There you go. Hell yeah. I guess first you begin vaping to get off cigarettes. You get off cigarettes and you start, getting to more, well, as for me anyways, get into rare mods and stuff, and the whole fun of it is the hunt, I guess you could say, even though it sucked sometimes, like the last time that I ordered from COV. I had the GGTS and a GG Stealth in the cart, and it took 3 hours to get through.
Oh man, did you end up getting them?
Yeah, I ended up getting them, but man, that shit sucks, man. The damn website went full retard because of the traffic, and luckily I ended up getting one. I'm still waiting on another Ithaca that I ordered from him like 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah, you hear that, Bruce? Bruce is in the room. Not that you notice, but he's usually around.
Oh, he is?
Usually. I thought I saw him earlier. Oh, there's somebody else here too.
Freddie.
So did you see that the Celtic sale got botched again?
Oh, it did? I didn't pay attention to it too much.
They oversold them.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
another brass nemesis situation.
Oh my gosh! Well, they did this thing where they had you weren't supposed to pay for it at first. So they said nobody's gonna pay. You just put it in your cart, check out, and then you can go back and pay for it. So everybody goes to order it, and they have 2 links up there. So there's people that clicked on the wrong one, and ended up going straight to payment and paying for it. And yet they're not going to get one. They got refunds. And then there's other people that clicked on the correct link, and the thing held up like yours did at COV, where it just sat there. But then it was also charging shipping. So people that were thinking that they were just going to put it in their cart, check out, go back and pay, actually had to put payment information in and stuff for the shipping on it. And then come back and pay for the mod. And I think that I don't know, I heard something like order numbers wise. Oh, did we lose you, Vinny? Alright, we're going to have to call him back. I wonder if my internet went weak on me or what. Try again. Well, it would not be one of my interview shows without the fucking internet dropping at least one time. I'm really not sure why it's doing that. Because I have very good internet connection. So I'm guessing if I wait a minute, it'll probably come back on me. What's funny is that when I talked to Todd, when I had Todd on a few weeks ago, man, I had the best connection with Todd that I've had with anybody. There we go. It says I'm back. Well, I thought I was back. Oh, here he is. He's trying to call me.
Yo.
Alright. Let's try this again.
Sorry about that. I don't know what the hell's up with this stupid internet.
Mine was showing internet bad. So I don't know if it was mine that dropped or if it was yours that dropped. But I was just telling everybody else, when I had Todd on, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or something, he's over in freaking England, and he had the best internet connection I've had out of anybody that's been on the show.
Oh, yeah.
It was like flawless back and forth with him. It was weird. So, we were talking about the way that sale went bad, but I don't want to beat that with a dead horse. I actually saw him say something about that he was never going to do that kind of sale again. He was never going to sell high-end mods again. I don't know if he was just frustrated or whether we'll see yet another retailer for the iHybrids. But I know what I was saying, is that I guess there were order numbers that showed that they way oversold. Like, I think they might have had 100 at the most for sale, but they sold like 140 of them or something like that went through. Got messed up pretty bad. So, what about vaping disappoints you? Do you find anything disappointing? I mean, not necessarily just about the devices or the juice or anything, but just in general, you know, community-wise, or I don't want to lead you on too much, but
I don't know, some senseless bickering between vapors back and forth that, you know, they get pissed off at each other and stuff like that, or, you know, everybody knows about, you know, although I have no problem with her, but Cece, she got a lot of enemies by her, the stuff she be doing.
Yeah, her mouth gets her in trouble.
Yeah, she's a little bit too,
she's aggressive.
I guess very aggressive when it comes to, you know, if she thinks she's right and thinks you're wrong and stuff, and you try to tell her something, if you're in her group, automatic ban right there. You really can't, you know, disagree with her.
Yeah, I didn't even, I don't know what happened with me. I just got kicked out of her group for basically agreeing with somebody who disagreed with her.
Yeah, well,
She hasn't blocked me though, so I'm not blocked by her. But I'm
Yeah,
not.
she hasn't blocked me either yet. I don't think.
But I've got kicked out of her group. Yeah, the drama. I don't know. I mean, I kind of like some of the drama just because it gives me something interesting to read or look at or whatever, but if everybody got along and it was all, you know, hugs and kisses and high fives, it wouldn't be nearly as much fun, I don't think. Don't tell me you don't enjoy sitting back and watching it a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, all I do is just sit back and grab the popcorn and a good vape and just watch.
That's probably the best place to be. Sometimes I can't keep my mouth shut either.
That's a fact.
Hey, watch it. I think you're cutting out again. I think you're having internet problems. So Vinny, you get shipwrecked on a desert island, and this crate is floating on shore with the words that say "vaping supplies" on them. What do you hope is inside of there?
18 a solar powered charger,
Good move there.
18650, GGN, an Ethaka, and some nice juice.
Good choice. Good choice. Now, when I talked to you the other day, you said that you had been gravitating back to the silica stuff instead of the mesh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the short answer, huh?
No, yeah, because I like the flavor of the mesh. It's much more intense than the silica, but the silica, like the K funds, they're like headache free in the sense that you don't have to worry about if you lay them on the side and this and that. You're not going to have leaking everywhere. Same thing with the Ethaka and the Promedies or the spheroids. And you got a Genesis style. You got to be real careful that you always have them upright and stuff, because if you lay them down, you're going to have juice everywhere and this and that. They're the advantage also of the silica-based RBAs, I guess, is the you don't have to worry about hot spots. That you don't have to oxidize nothing. You just wrap it up, put it in there, and you're ready to go.
Man, I'll tell you about hot spots. I did a show the other night where I wrapped 4 atomizers, and there was a couple of them that were giving me a pain in the ass. Those little Doc Dave atomizers. The Mini B, I was setting up a dual coil on it, and I actually popped a coil. And I put a U-Wick inside the Mini Micro. And I got it working good, but I'm still not exactly happy with it. I might have to rewrap that one more time, because it just isn't quite exactly the way I want. Those tiny little atomizers, man. I love the way they vape, but God, they're hard to set up.
Yeah, they're... you got to work with them.
You gotta be patient.
Yep.
When I'm trying to do them on camera and I'm trying to hold them down here so everybody can see what I'm doing on the camera instead of holding it up to my face where I can see them. It's a lot harder when they're way down here instead of up here. I need to get some reading glasses or something. So, as far as advocacy, do you do anything advocacy-wise? Have you like written a letter to the editor or your state senator or U.S. representative or anything like that?
No, I don't really do none of that kind of stuff. The only thing kind of stuff I do that has to do with that, sign petitions and stuff like that.
Right.
That's about as deep as I go with that kind of stuff.
So do you think what's being done right now is enough? I mean, do you think that there's enough being done to ensure the future of vaping?
Well, you're getting a lot of more people that are starting to vape. So, you know, our voices, I guess you could say, are being heard more. And, you know, all these senseless laws that they're trying to pass against e-cigs, you know, we got more people to join the fight, I guess you could say. So it's getting bigger and bigger. It sure has. The 2 years I've been vaping, big time blew up.
Oh yeah, big time. Big time. I mean, I remember when I first started vaping, the 510 was still popular. The Ego had only been out for a few months. You know, the first Ego clones were just starting to come out back then. You know, the Darwin and the Pro-Vari weren't even released yet. You know, the Darwin and the Pro-Vari were released like 3 months after I started vaping or something like that. So yeah, from what I've seen in the amount of time, I mean, it's amazing what's happened, really. And the more people that do vape, and that's sort of been what I do too. I mean, I've done like some interviews and stuff. I went and talked before a couple of city councils when they were doing smoking bans and things like that. But that's sort of mostly what I do too, is I just try to make sure people know about it. You know, I see a lot of people on Facebook, for example, that'll have fake profiles, you know, Joe Vape or whatever, because they don't want the vaping stuff associated with their regular profile.
Yeah.
And see, I'm not going to do that. You know, I use my Dwayne Green profile, and I mean, I have an AG page, but I share everything to my Dwayne Green profile and put it out there for anybody that knows me. You know, you're going to, if you know me, you're going to know that I vape, and you're going to know that I'm pretty into it. But by the same token, you know, a lot of the people that I grew up with smoke, you know, and a lot of I just know a lot of smokers, and I get the emails and the PMs too from people I haven't even talked to in 20 years. You know, I'm Facebook friends with them, and all of a sudden I get this PM out of the blue. Hey man, I know that you're into this. What do you recommend that I get? Because I really need to quit smoking, and it seemed to, you know, want to give it a shot. So any little bit that we can do to just promote it, I think it's as good as the people that, you know, there's people that do that sort of thing as far as legislative and all that stuff, and then there's people like us that just try and spread the word. And I think that they're equally as important to one another.
Yeah, that's what I try to spread the word. You know, I'm always helping out, trying to promote people's stuff that, you know, I think it's, you know, worthy of other people knowing about it. Certain juices, certain devices, stuff like that, certain websites. You know, if I see something cheap too, I'll post a link up, or if something's available after I ordered it, by the way, I'll post a link up.
Of course, man. You don't want to tip them off early. Gotta order it first. It's just like just like a new list, man. I gotta put my name on the list, and then I tell people that there's a list.
There you go.
Can't be doing that backwards. So, like, what advice do you give to a new vapor? Somebody hits you up and says, you know, what do I buy, Vinny? What do you tell them to buy?
Just a variable voltage Ego and one Kanger. What are these called right here?
The EVODs, or the T3.
I think it has a T3. So I'm gonna get that. You know, that's the simplest, you know, cheapest way to get into it, I guess you could say. Because there was a guy in APV group. He had a week vaping. He's over there talking about mods and stuff, and I told him, man, you need to slow down, dude. You're trying to fly before you even crawl. And you know, he was just trying to move too fast, you know, trying to get into rebuildables and shit. Man, you need to crawl before you fly. He was trying to fly.
I see a lot of people that have not been vaping very long that want to get into rebuildables. I think that's probably our fault, because we talk so highly of them that they think that they just have to go right for it.
Yeah, well,
if they do, they need to stick with silica drippers at first.
Yeah, if anything, too. Yeah, also, them China ones, so they could know if they were going to like it or not. Where rather than spending a full retard amount of money and then just have shit sitting around.
Yeah. I've spent a full shit retard of money and I still have stuff sitting around. Do you do any DIY? You do?
Nope.
No.
I tried it at one time. I didn't like it, so I just get I just buy it if I need it. I don't really, the juice already made. I don't really like fooling around with DIY. I got so much clutter here from mods and stuff that I don't need extra clutter from PG, VG, and flavors everywhere.
Yeah, I'm out of room. I'm maxed out. I get too much more stuff. I'm gonna have to buy another mod holder too.
Yeah, I got a lot of juice here too that I just got just laying around here.
So do you see a time like right now, they just sell the disposables and stuff at the gas stations. Do you think that we'll ever see like, mods or anything like that being sold at gas stations?
Yeah, I'm sure they eventually will. It'll most likely be China type mods, but
well, don't forget about the Pure. Faceless is going to have a Pure in every Shell station in America by the time he's done.
I hope so.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be real good.
So what do you see as the next innovation? What do you think the next cool thing's going to be? Not just another 510 mod with a bottom button or another GG clone, or what do you see in the future, Vinny?
Well, just more people making more DNA 20 mods, different types, mass produced, and hopefully Evolve can make a DNA 50 or 30, 40, 50, something like that. That way it can handle the low ohms that I like messing with.
What ohms do you usually wrap your coils at?
Under around 0.5 in that area.
No 18350s at that though, right?
No, I kind of steered away from 18350s. My favorite battery or mod that I get, is 18490. That's my favorite battery. It's not too weak and not too big in your hand and stuff.
Right. So let's see. We're down here about to the end of the questions, aren't we?
Already?
I think so. But the heck,
that's messed up.
The show's almost over though.
Oh, okay. Damn, that went by too fast.
It goes by fast. So you want to show? You got like a screenshot, or you got like your mod sitting there? You want to flip your camera and show the big stack?
Oh, I just got this on my desk right here. Hopefully I don't drop anything. This is what I got right here, just sitting on my in front of me. And I got other ones that don't fit on here.
Nice. Very nice.
By the way, that's a lipstick holder that I bought on eBay for like I don't know, 15, 20 bucks, which works good for most of them mods like the ones you've seen on there, but you can't stick a GG in there. You can't put other thicker mods on there, but it works nice. It's cheap and it works nice.
So I wonder, do any of the people watching, do any of you guys have any questions for Vinny? We got time for a couple before we do the shout-outs. Or I can do shout-outs while you think of your question and we'll come back. Because we have a good turnout tonight, Vin. Let's see. I'm gonna have to do one of these to look. Okay, we have X Casino, Wreck Loose, Vapor Stacks, Vaping Harley, Vape, Dez, Surfer Bill, Stevo, Red Wolf, Fazy, Non-Literal, Next, Lubricant, Love, J Dubba, Jack Flash, Ingline, Fatsbean, Escalade Dude, Dragon Slayer, Deuster, Dan Patrick, Weird Color, CW, SNC71, CWB, Curtipillar, Kumbaka, Chuck, C. Gallagher, Costello, Brian, BossPlaya, Big Slim, Big Buyer, Beyond, Another, You Stink, Vaping Cisco, Arufu, Tower Vape, Still Too Lazy, Shank, Shadow, Roar Vapor, Ravens Rose, Phantom, Pizzazu, Norway Guy, Nancy, Mudflap, Mr. Vapor, Machiavelli, Just Vape and COV, Jerry J, JRT, J Paradise, Freddy, Faceless, Everlast, Debo, Chris, Catbox, Captain Louisville, BMAC, Best Battered Haddock, Angel Vape, AJ, Saint Vape, Blacksmith Pro, and, of course, Crazy Lloyd. So let's see here about the questions. I see you said that you're veering towards silica. What do you think of the Pro Tank? If you like it, what do you think of the aesthetics that Sigtex is offering in their Tatro tank? Have you seen that Tatro tank for the Pro Tank?
I've seen it, but I do have a Pro Tank, and I do use it like on my SVD and stuff. Or like, that's to me like that's like a beater mod, and it's I mean, I'm fine with the way the Pro Tank looks as it is. I didn't really get into that Chetro tank, even though they are nice.
Yeah, they're nice for somebody that wants to use the Pro Tank as their regular thing. I mean, you can't beat that thing. It's not something you're going to break, and you can put your own drip tip on it, so that's pretty cool. Some people really hate, I have a Pro Tank too, and some people just hate the way that drip tip, that mouthpiece looks on there. So it looks like somebody said it looked like a nipple, but man, that would be like a gigantic, extra Hershey Kiss size nipple if that was.
Right.
But like a baby bottle, maybe. Baby bottle nipple, I suppose. And they do vape pretty good. I've heard some people say they don't like the airy draw. But if you don't like the draw of this, you're not going to like a Genesis, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, this quick fix to that one, just throw some mesh in the hole and make it a little tighter.
I think my battery's dead. Or there's no battery in it, that's a possibility. No, there's a battery in there. I think this ProVary's been acting weird. It's been... I might have to send this one in.
Speaking of ProVary, yeah, they need to step up their game with the electronics big time.
Man, you know what? I was just talking to Monster Kenny about that today. I was PMing with him. I was like, dude, they need to go up 6-8 amps on those things so that I can use mine again. So I can send them in and get them upgraded so I can use it.
Yeah, they need to do something because that little changing colors and adding a few extra lines on there isn't cutting it anymore.
No, and it's kind of a shame that they've fallen behind a little bit because I really do like my ProVaries.
Yeah, I've got a few of them that I still have, and they're good. They're workhorses, that's for sure. They've been lasting me a while now.
Oh yeah, I mean, heck, I had a version 1 ProVary that I used for a year and a half with basically not too many other devices. I just used that most of the time. And it never did break. I still have it. That's one of them well, no, I don't have it. That's the one I gave to my son's football coach. My son's football coach wanted to quit smoking, so I got him set up with a ProVary. He wanted to go right in and get something good, and I was like, you're not going to get any better than that. And I gave him some Stardust tanks for it, and he is happy as shit.
Yeah, those are pretty good for beginners.
So we're pretty much I'm out of questions. We only have a couple more minutes worth of time. So I really appreciate you agreeing to come on here. I didn't know whether you'd say yes or no when I asked you. I thought maybe you might tell me to go fuck myself, but I'm glad you didn't do that.
Of course I'm going to say yes, man. You're almighty God.
Yeah. Love me or hate me, that's what I am, right?
There you go. As long as you're yourself, you're not trying to be something you're not. You are the way you are. You talk the way you talk. If people don't like it, guess what? Change the channel.
Change the channel. Exactly right. Exactly right. So what do you got coming, man? You got anything good coming in the mail?
I got a brass nemesis coming and another K Fun and a
Did you get one of the titanium bare breast mods?
oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting that one coming already
Yeah,
too.
people have been getting shipping notices for those last couple days.
Yeah, I got mine yesterday.
Did you?
and
Mine hasn't showed up yet.
I still haven't it hasn't moved from where it just says electronic shipping notice and
Yeah, he probably is going to mail them all at one time, but he's just, as he's finishing them up, he must be boxing them at night or something. So, all right, man. Say goodbye to everybody, because it's time for Bruce to come on.
Alrighty, well, good talk. I'm glad everybody came out. Shout out to Freddie APV and Rich Gillette, right guy. And if I forgot you, I'm sorry, but you're still my brothers.
Yeah, that was the story we forgot to tell, was the story of how APV came into existence. We'll have to get that next time you're on the show.
Alrighty.
Thanks for coming, everybody. See you next week.
All right.
Some fucking runs, dude.